7th edition. That's the current version. My name is Robert, and my guests are. Go ahead.
I'm Richard. Here.
And we will be making characters, as I said, for Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. So basically, the first thing you kind of do with that is do your stats, and there's a few optional methods. But the base one is a good old-fashioned roll. So let me see, where am I? Find all my stuff. So let's see. Oh, right, they're right here. Right in front of me. Apologize for the problems there. I am apparently not capable of reading the screen in front of me. So it's a little odd here because some of the stats you use different die rolls. So, for instance, strength, constitution, dexterity, appearance, and power all are 3d6, and you multiply them by 5. So 3d6. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. As you see, I'm using a character builder to do that. They are not in any way affiliated with this. I just like it. Makes it a lot easier. And then each of these is multiplied by 5. So let's see what we got here. We'll go for the 11 in strength. I believe it's constitution, dexterity, and appearance at 50, and power at 60. And then the other stats are all 2d6 plus 6. You need 1, 2, 3 of those. Nice. So I'm going to go with 15 times it's another 10. So after I'm done with my die rolls, I end up with a strength of 55, a constitution of 50, a size of 65, a dexterity of 50, appearance of 50, intelligence of 75, power of 60, and an education of 65. What about you guys? What did you guys end up with?
Still in the middle of rolling.
Slowpoke. Okay. Basically, what it is this is Call of Cthulhu is a percentile die based system. So you're going to roll a d100 for everything. It uses the d6s for stats, so you multiply it by 5, and that'll get you a percentage. So I have a vaguely average-ish character. He's pretty smart. I forget exactly. Kind of strong-willed. Pretty educated, you know. Still rolling?
Yeah. Oh, size. Okay, so
I've got a strength of 75, a constitution of 60, size of 55, dexterity of 80, appearance of 60,
plus 6.
Intelligence of 45,
Oof.
Power of 65, and an education of 55.
All right. I'm still going through here. Strength is that.
Well, I guess we know who our muscle is.
Yeah. I'm rolling a fairly average character here, so.
Yeah, I ended up with a pretty average with just a couple of standout things.
Yeah, wait, did I missed a 3d6. $15 is 75. Power. Which ones have I used so far here? Get rid of that. Power. All right. So, my character's fairly average. I got a strength of 50, constitution of 55, size of 55, dexterity of 40, appearance of 55, intelligence of 75, power 55, and education of 55. I got a lot of 11s.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next thing you do is you're going to select an occupation. And you've got a lot of choices here. These are the ones they've got in the rule book are obviously the slightly more traditional Lovecraftian characters, although it's got a few of them that don't necessarily fit that mold precisely. You have things like the antiquarian, artist, author, clergy. You can have a criminal, drifter. There's a librarian. There is options for military officers and soldiers, police officers, private investigator. If you want to do Cthulhu Noir, that's an option. We're building these characters in the 1920s rule set, so there might be more options available depending on what time period basically you're setting your the game in. I think I'm going to make a librarian. This sounds entertaining to me, and that gives you your occupation gives you certain skills that you can put your occupation skill points in, and a credit rating, which will give you some starting. I believe it gives you starting cash. In case of the librarian, I get things like accounting, languages, library use, and a couple of miscellaneous skills. So it's a very flexible one. And I get my education times 4 in percentage points that I get to add. I need to pick 4 skills. I'm going to go for appraise. He occasionally works in acquisitions, so he has to basically figure out whether or not a book is worth it. Law, so that he can negotiate contracts occasionally with people selling large collections and the like. Spot hidden. You never know what's hiding in the stacks in your library. And we'll go for a little outlier and throw in a cult. He likes weird stuff, let's say. So then you get those points, as I said, and I'm getting 260 of them because of my education level. And you just basically you'll have a starting level, and that's basically bare minimum competence in that skill for someone. And after that, you basically have to. Why did you? Oh, that's why I did that. After that, you'll add points to it. So I'm going to say he also knows Latin. What are you guys thinking about for occupations?
Well, I was going to go with a musician.
Aha.
Yeah. So I get one interpersonal skill to start off, which is charm, which I'm going to take charm. I grabbed history because, art history. And then I'm sort of floating here on what else I want here. Probably persuade. And I get one more. Oh, I also have natural world. And let's go with spot hidden. There we go. Those are my skills. What is it? I got occupational skill points here?
Yeah, you get occupational skill points based off of your certain stats depending on the occupation.
All right, so I'm going to start assigning those.
What are you thinking about, Joshua?
Oh, I chose criminal. And I got one interpersonal skill and a choice of, and I got psychology, spot hidden, stealth, and I can choose from appraise, disguise, fighting, firearms, locksmith, mechanical repair, sleight of hand. Although Hero Lab did not give me the option for fighting or firearms.
There might be a section that says additional occupational skills.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Oh, weird. I had that. I had options for firearms.
Yeah, I had options for a whole slew of stuff.
I had options for a whole slew of stuff. It just didn't include firearms or fighting.
Intriguing.
Yeah. I had a bunch of different martial arts and weapon skills. I don't remember seeing specifically firearms, but it might have been in there. Let me check. There's spot hidden. I have handgun and heavy weapons and machine gun.
Might be listing all of them for you for some reason, and Josh's setting might be slightly different, and only be listing approved ones.
Mm-hmm. Well, according to the book, I think it was, or somewhere in the heading, my thing is under my occupation, it said I get one interpersonal skill choice between 4, and then 4 of anything else. And some of them didn't have that 4 of anything else.
Right, yeah.
Type selection.
Well, don't worry. You'll be getting more skill points later on that you can spend anywhere you want.
Mm-hmm. General skills, 150 points left.
Oh, decisions. I've already cranked my library use up to 80. I figure that's probably high enough. But I figured, a librarian should have a high library use. Ooh, I want stealth. He sneaks up on people in libraries and scares the pants off of them. It's one of those librarians that you don't think is around, and then you turn around and he's right there.
Psychology, huh?
A few points in that. He dabbles in a little bit, and he's read some psychology texts, so we'll give him some points in there.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to drive. Not well, but he knows. Generally, he's had to convince people that they really do need to pay their library fines. Fast talk.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, well, I should get to listen.
And with these personal interest points, you're allowed to spend them on anything. So you can even pick up ones that were part of your occupational skills.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you can't add to is Cthulhu Mythos. Base starting character and lore, sorry. Base starting characters are ignorant of what's going on in the real world. So I'm going to up his appraise with some interest points. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's bring it up to 50. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, general skills and weapon skills are under the same heading, or use the same amount of points.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, my artist doesn't have any weapon skills.
In true Cthulhu Mythos fashion, my librarian does not have weapon skills.
Mm.
I thought I saw an athletic skill earlier, but I'm not seeing it now. I'll give him dodge. It's always good to be able to get out of the way of whatever tentacled horror is trying to smush you. And you do get a lot of skill points, so don't feel bad spending them.
Mm-hmm.
I have no fighting skills. My character's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah. Mm.
So I added some more to my appraise and law. My library use, like I said, I used a lot of my occupational skill points to up that already. Bumped up my occult a little more. Bumped up persuade, like I said, he's using having to convince people that they really do indeed need to pay their fees. He's read a few psychology texts, so he knows a little bit about that. He's good at searching through the stacks to find the books that are misplaced, so I added some points on spot hidden and stealth. Fast talk for when he gets the people that really don't want to pay their fees, but he's got to really, really talk them into it and maybe be a little disingenuous when he does it. Dodge because, kids in the library are always chucking things around.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got my skill points pretty much well set out here. As I said, I opted this gentleman is absolutely not a fighter, so didn't spend any points in those. And I'm going to move on to backstory. You're going to pick things like your ideology, your beliefs, your significant people, meaningful locations, treasured possessions, and certain traits that your character may have. I don't remember these actually being in the rulebook. These might be from Hero Lab, the ones they give you in this.
Well, they're very vague too.
Yeah, that's also true. Ideology is just the occult. Politics. Cute. This is the 20s. I figure he's probably fairly religious, so I'm going to go with the higher power one. Significant people. His child. Lovecraft characters have a lot of tragedy, so he's going to be a widower. Say she died in childbirth, and so they had to. He had to raise the child on his own. He might get a daughter. So his wife, I can learn a type, died in childbirth. Giving life to their only daughter. He's had to raise her himself, and they bond. Nice and easy. Not sure what key connection is. Sure,
You choose one of
You
those.
just select one.
As the most important of the ones. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It helps you with sanity, apparently.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, this is. I've seen this in other Mythos style games. Your seat of learning. Yeah, he seems pretty bookish. Treasured position. Memento from childhood. Memento of a departed person. And traits. He's loyal. Has a good reputation. The memento I'm going to say is his wife's locket. Seat of learning is basically his. Works at is a librarian at a university. Yes, all good Lovecraft characters clearly are professors of some sort or another.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like that. Basically, his key connection is his daughter. She's the one that keeps him grounded. And he's had to be there for her to make sure that, she's okay. Armory. I suspect I won't have anything to do with this bit. I'm going to move on to some gear. a batwing bow tie, a bathing suit. This is the entertaining thing about Call of Cthulhu. They are remarkably varied in their gear. Doesn't seem having much medical or outdoory tents. Nope. Tools. Nope, those are literal tools, so no. A 10-volume encyclopedia. That makes sense. It's the 1920s, so I don't really think a chemical fire extinguisher would have been around. But I could be wrong.
I think they were around in the 20s.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure they're like what we had today, but
Yeah.
I doubt a pedometer, however, would be common.
So here's the highly entertaining things I find in the equipment list, of course. And like, remember, again, we're talking about a Call of Cthulhu game. So it's very different than your dungeon crawly type stuff. Folding writing desk, glass oak door, oak bookcase. Handcuffs.
Handsaw.
No handcuffs.
A baby buggy.
Ooh, a self-filling fountain pen. Hey, you never know when you need to hide a baby.
Mm-hmm.
An unabridged dictionary.
Portable air pump.
You can give him a car.
I didn't know there was such thing as a jazz banjo.
I suspect it's not terribly different than a regular banjo, but I could be mistaken. I do not know. A 4-string jazz banjo. That's rather something.
Oh, and I doubt we have any artifacts. Club.
No, I suspect not. This might actually be a very short episode.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Magic? Nope. Advances? A little early for that. Bicycle.
Yeah, that's just basic information.
So let's fill that stuff in, just because he's tall, but he's thin. 6'5", we'll say he's 175 pounds. Age 25, so that would make his daughter actually very young, probably.
Yep.
And if you're presuming that in the 20s they're possibly married at like 15, 16, I would guess.
20s? No, you're still talking 18s.
Are you still talking 18? I thought it would have been younger.
Without parent consent.
Huh. So that means that older than 7. That seems just a smidge young. Apparently can't change age. How intriguing.
You can change age under somewhere. Basics? Basics.
Ah. That is remarkably strange.
Because the age...
affects your stats.
Oh, right. It affects your stats. Well, I'm going to make him... I'll leave him at 25. She's like 7 years old, we'll say. We'll call it that they got parental consent and married young.
Oh.
Hair brown.
I'm betting shotgun weddings were more common back then.
Probably. Hell. He's a Scotsman, so he's white. As white can be. Sanity. Starting sanity 60. This is not good. Character that won't last long. Hit points. Are hit points a thing in Call of Cthulhu? That was a joke. Sorry.
How is sanity calculated?
Sanity's a configured stat, if I recall correctly. Let me see. I think it's based off of your power. I think it's directly based off of your power.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems to be.
I have 11 hit points. Don't think I've ever had a Call of Cthulhu character that's actually taken physical damage, but I have 11 hit points. All right. Anybody else have any thoughts? They're pretty basic character generation. It's pretty simple.
Yep.
Certainly not as complicated as some of the other ones that are available out there.
No.
Yeah, everything's just percentile based, so it's all pretty simple.
And
One
you
thing to
don't
note is
start
that
off
with the
very little,
occupations,
too, comparatively.
Sorry, go ahead, Joshua.
I just wanted to say with the occupations, those are just samples. You can
Right.
actually make whatever you want. You just need to limit it to 8 skills that would kind of be appropriate to whatever occupation you're creating.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that might have actually been why you didn't see a little inside baseball. I apologize for it to everybody. The reason you might not have seen weapon skills under occupations because it has its own tab. So you might have been allowed to use your occupation skills on the weapon tab.
No.
Yes, because his occupation skills includes firearms any
Oh.
and fighting any. Those are occupational skills for him. That just because of the program,
No.
it looks a little weird.
Let's see if I take out that. So you don't really assign any skills on the weapon skills tab, unfortunately, other than general skill points.
Right, but the upswing, it would be possibly because most of the people that are allowed access to weapons just get all of them or get access to all of them, so you don't have to select them.
Un momento, por favor.
Yes?
I have the option of choosing any 4 occupational skills, and I just tried the fighting chainsaw, and it comes up under the occupational skill area.
Right, but he has firearms any. It's not a choice. He gets access to all of them.
Oh.
So they wouldn't necessarily put it on the occupation tab.
Okay.
I think it's just a failing of this software.
Yeah, I call it a quirk personally, but
I can't put my occupation points towards it because it's not on that tab. It's the problem.
oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a problem.
History, natural, persuade. What else did I have here?
And then it gives me a warning because I haven't chosen enough occupational skills.
It is very odd.
Yeah.
It's just something they overlooked when they created it.
Yeah.
All
right. So go ahead and make. Right, you can save PDFs straight up. I don't know if you're going to be allowed to do this, Richard.
Yeah. I will try. Let me get me back to what I originally had here. What did I have? History, persuade, natural world. I had something else. Well, it was hear, listen, something like that. Spot hidden.
Spot hidden.
Close. Okay. So file.
I hear a lab is thinking.
Yeah, I cannot save portfolios in demonstration mode.
Yeah, I figured as much. You might be able to trick it and print its PDF. I don't know. Out of that, we'll just.
No, I can save PDF of Investigator.
Oh, it'll let you?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we will have something we'll be able to put up for years.
Yep. All right. Oh, it says cannot. What? Cannot print? Won't allow me to print either.
Stop screen sharing because mine appears to be having a mild heart attack. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, okay, you can't actually get a generic firearm skill, even though it says that's just saying that you can choose any.
Right. Oh, no. Yeah, that's. I apologize if I wasn't clear. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I can't even print the darn thing.
That's slightly annoying. All right, you just can't close it down until you find a form fillable sheet and put it up. Clearly, that's the only way to go.
Or you could just recreate it.
Yeah.
Piffle.
Actually, I have to take a drawing. I got some stuff to prepare.
Yep. All right. That's pretty much everything. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll be putting these characters online if anyone actually wants to take a look at them. I'll have the link down below as soon as I can. Actually, I think I might already. I'll double check that. So this is Robert signing off for Character Matters Episode 6. Thank you very much.